Remember when Snow White and the Huntsman came out and some people are like, and some people are like, yeah. And then later on you realize they're going to make a prequel and you're thinking like, how's that going to work? We're here tonight at Brandon Theaters watching The Huntsman, Winter's War. My boy, Chris Hemsworth, got a thunder. Jessica Chastain, dude, like, she's my new celebrity crush. Like, she's gorgeous. I'm just gonna clarify right now, the first part's a prequel, then it transitions to a sequel. So there it is, it's out there in the open, which threw me for a loop, and I appreciate that because I'm thinking, like, if this is gonna be a prequel, there's no real mortal danger because I know how the next one carries out. Hollywood kind of did something right for a change. It's nice to see. Gorgeous sets, gorgeous costumes. I'm gonna pull a Mike, Academy Award for costume design. Like, I liked how they looked. I liked the look of everything. It looked cold, desolate, lively, pretty. The dwarves. Love the dwarves in the first one, and I love the dwarves in this one. They are, yes, they're comic relief, maybe a tad much, but they're just brilliant. There were a couple things with the movie I did have some issues. There is some narration in this movie. I get it. Some movies like to do like,
long ago in a land far, far away, the boy and the girl who grew up and once got married.
I can kind of figure out on my own. I'm not stupid. I don't have to be spoon-fed the movie. It's almost kind of like, and no, they walked across the grassy plain. Yeah, no, I can see that. It got a bit distracting after a while. It happens, and then some stuff plays out, and then the narration's like, dude, like, come on, give it a rest. Some of the action was kind of, I think I was expecting a little bit more, like, off-the-wall stuff. There was, but not in the amounts in which I was expecting. But the effects are there, let's be honest, and most acting is there for most movies. And then I didn't really appreciate the ending. I don't know what they're exactly thinking, where they're going. You'll have to be the judge for it on your own. The Ice Queen kind of bothered me. She wasn't, yeah, I know, you think, well, it's not Frozen, Jeff. I know it's not Frozen. There's an actual fairy tale with the Ice Queen. I was expecting more Ice Queen. The movie's not great, but it's not bad. It's definitely worth checking out. I'm gonna give the movie a solid 7.5. It was enjoyable. I did like it, but I had some issues with some of the narration and some of the action sequences I think could have been a little bit better. If you're curious about it and you enjoy Chris Hemsworth and Jessica Chastain and Emily Blunt and Charlize Theron, go check it out. To see what the other Huntsman had to say, let's check that out right now.
It was definitely different than I thought it was going to be. I wasn't a huge fan of the first movie. While it wasn't a horrible movie, it was just kind of meh. So going into this movie, I wanted to see the special effects because in the trailer they show you like a snippet of special effects and it looked pretty cool. But other than that, I was thinking it was going to be really bad. Once you find out that it's a prequel and a sequel, the movie actually becomes better. You're more invested in what happens after the first movie than you are in what happens before the first movie because you already know how it ends that way.
I really enjoyed people that I don't normally enjoy in movies, like Jessica Chastain. There's very minimal that I enjoy her in. Emily Blunt, very minimal that I enjoy her in as well. But I did enjoy both of those characters very thoroughly. I felt they added more to the story and they had more feeling of what their characters should be like.
My expectations were that, hey, this is a prequel. I think I know what's going to happen to the characters. But where's the drama? But then you learn, oh, it's a sequel. Both a prequel and a sequel. Which, by the way, Liam Neeson narrates the movie, so why couldn't he just say 7 years later instead of say it at the bottom of the screen 7 years later? What's up with that?
Because it probably would have just made everybody laugh for like 7 years.
That was a rhetorical question, Jeff. Sure, Liam Neeson's a great actor. He's got a distinctive voice, but come on. Like Jeff said earlier, we're not stupid. We can figure this out for ourselves.
I didn't not like the narration, but I felt like it was a little much. It was like, okay, well, yeah.
The actors were okay. The dwarves were hilarious. There was a lot of laughter in the theater.
Charlize Theron, she bothers me in these movies, and I think that that's what she's supposed to do, but it's just, I feel like she's a little bit much. She's overdone. The story was very well done, except they had a couple continuity errors, and they omitted a couple characters that I was like, well, what happened to this guy? Where was this guy when this was going on?
There are certain characters in the movie that are good and certain characters that are just god-awful. The dwarves are hilarious. Chris Hemsworth, he did an okay job. It was kind of a one-dimensional character in my opinion. In some scenes, he's a badass, and then in some scenes, he's a complete doofus. So I don't know how they did that exactly. He goes from getting his butt kicked to taking out like 10 guys to getting his butt kicked again. It doesn't make any sense. There's no consistency with what he can do. Are you a god of martial arts, or are you an idiot that's bumbling in a bar? Which one are you? Charlize Theron. I said this for the first movie. I'm going to say it again for this movie. It's overacting, and it's really annoying. It's almost like she's trying not to be believable. Like, no one talks that way, especially when everyone around her is talking fine. Speaking of talking, what's with the accents? Why did everybody have, what was it, a Scottish accent? It was horrible. They kept dropping the accent. There were certain scenes where half the sentence was in the accent and half of it wasn't. What was the point of even having the accent at all?
But the visual effects were really good in the movie. I really enjoyed her spies. Her spies were super cool, I thought. The dwarves really made the movie. They did. They were so funny, and it was just great to see them, and I was laughing out loud at what they were saying. Their banter was just brilliant.
Visual effects, nothing too special, but they are up to par with what you would expect in a movie of this size. Nothing groundbreaking as far as anything new with visual effects that I've seen. They did great with the ice. What I noticed is that this has a little bit of Chronicles of Narnia, a little bit of Frozen, and a little bit of Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom. All combined, if you think about it, all combined together.
Those are good points, Mike. Those are good points.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate the compliment.
And back to you in the studio. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give this?
I would give it an 8 because I would want to go see it in theater. But if you have problems with minimal continuity errors, then maybe you wouldn't want to go see it because it might upset you.
7.5. Liam Neeson's narration a little unnecessary. If it were a kids movie, sure, why not? But this is not necessarily a kids movie. And the story had some continuity errors in it, although I didn't see them because it's been a while since I'd seen the previous film.
I give it a 6.5 out of 10. The movie, while it's not absolutely dreadful, it's not an F, it still has a lot of problems. It's entertaining enough to watch. It's not like Meet the Blacks we watched a few weeks ago that's a complete waste of time. So it's entertaining enough to watch, but it's definitely not a good movie in my opinion. It has too many issues with the movie to be a good movie. All the little things added up really take away from your enjoyment. And from the sounds of it, if I would have remembered the first movie, I would have been even more upset because I guess there's a bunch of continuity errors. So it's a good thing I didn't remember the first movie. But it's one of those things where if you enjoyed the first movie, like I said, and the trailer looks interesting to you, go see it. If you're not invested in it already, it's probably a skip or watch when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray.
If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. Like this video, favorite it, share it. Question for you this week. What is your favorite fairy tale movie? Want to know? Shoot that down in the comment section below. And remember, you heard it here at The Source. We're here tonight at Brandon Theaters watching, not Snow White, whoa. Huntsman, The Winter's War, or The Huntsman, Winter's War. Huntsman, Winter's War.
The Huntsman.
There's a huntsman and a war of winter.
Let's try this
Nailed
again.
it. Every time. It's super funny. When you do it, you'll be like, oh my god. Okay. Okay. I'm recanting. Relax. Calm down. She's a girl I don't want to fight, right? Hurt me or not, she'll kick my ass. Question for you this week. Son of a bitch. Mike, I swear to God.
I promise.
Question for you this week.
I didn't do anything.
You were going to.
I didn't do anything.
You were going to. Okay. Huntsman, Winter's War. Said it right. You're being a dumbass. Sorry. I don't know. Okay, put it down. Get it?
One down. How down?
You know, show, short story, anything that's live action. What? Live action. Live action. Because this is a live action film. Fine, we do this because the peanut gallery's not happy.